We also observe the seventh-day Sabbath. Worldwide, we have more than 162,000 congregations. We serve countless communities with our education institutions, with 2 million students. And 198 hospitals around the world. And it's all because we love Jesus.
All my life, I've been dealing with projects. I do a lot of research. Basically try to understand how different materials affect fires. It involves a lot of formulas and gathering data. I met this girl once in grad school, and we got to talk about all kinds of things, and also about God. It was great. I could share with her what I believed in. And then I got busy with my own research and realized I may have treated her like a project. Like, I kind of expected her to change herself. But people are so much more than projects. There's some kind of human connection to it. I think we're supposed to share our lives with those around us, but sometimes just being with them, being their friend, that's the best way to find true connection. And that's what witnessing is to me, relationships and friendships.
Hi, I'm Pastor Aislinn Bevans.
I'm Pastor Jalen Pascascio.
We are the hosts of your Bible study series, Words of Wisdom. In 2 Timothy 3:16, God reminds us that all scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof,
for correction, and for instruction in righteousness.
Words of Wisdom is a specially designed program brought to you by ATN in an effort to share the Advent message to our friends and faithful viewers who are yearning to build a growing and saving relationship with Jesus Christ. If you want to learn more about our rich Adventist heritage, basic fundamental belief, counsel and courtship and marriage,
or simply a deeper study of God's written word, then join us Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. on our Facebook and YouTube pages, as well as Channel 98 on Central TV. Join in and be a part of this special Bible studies effort by praying that God continues to lead and bless this ministry, by becoming a faithful viewer and inviting your friends and family to like and share our programs, by your kind donations and of course your generous financial contributions. Contact us at 416139351 or send us an email at atn@cbm.belizeunion.org. We are located at 10 3/4 miles Philip Golson Highway. Thank you for being a part of the ATN ministry. It is our prayer that you will keep the book of the law always on your lips.
meditate on it day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to that which is written therein. Then thou shalt make thy way prosperous and have good success. Hi, I'm Pastor Aislinn Bevans.
I'm Pastor Jalen Pascascio.
We are the hosts of your Bible study series, Words of Wisdom. In 2 Timothy 3:16, God reminds us that all scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof,
for correction, and for instruction in righteousness.
Words of Wisdom is a specially designed program brought to you by ATN in an
us once again for your favorite local nighttime show. I'm going to keep repeating it until it's true.
Yes.
I am your host.
But
this
it is
evening.
true.
But
What
some
you mean?
some people have false pretenses.
Yeah.
You know, so I will allow them to be delusional for now until they realize what the truth is. I'm your host this evening, Jalen Pascascio, and with me is my co-host
Aislinn Murillo.
and our two guests in the hot seat
Yes, the hot
this
seat.
evening.
Aislinn Bevans.
And Alexandria Bevans.
Oh, I'm a one.
Stop right there.
I'm a thing.
That guy with the stretch a long time. Alexandria Bevans. Please say it again.
Wow, not the marital discord
Alex,
on live TV.
Alex, that would give you a chance to say it again.
All right. I'm Alexandria Bevans. Feel better now?
There's no gun to her head behind the scenes, right? No pressure at all. Our topic this evening is the power of love. As you know, for the month of February, we've been discussing all that is love, mushiness, and entanglements. So we've enlisted Pastor Bevans and Mrs. Bevans, you're sure what to use? Mrs. Bevans, okay. To join us this evening in our conversation. So we're going to jump right into it. The power of love. Right away, that's the Celine Dion song, yes? But we can't monetize Celine Dion, so we not
Papa
going to
tune.
play.
Sing-
We not
sing
going
that-
to play.
sing that-
We
sing
not
that
going to
line.
play that song. We can't afford to pay her endorsements. What comes to your mind when you're thinking about the power of love?
When I think about the power of love, when I think about the word power, I think about someone who's strong, someone who's big. So when you add love behind that, I think strong love, you know, unbreakable love. That's what I think about when I hear power of love.
Them train you behind? Like,
Alex, give me the answer before it comes out.
that me song, I leave it to rehearse. I don't know.
Alex?
Pastor, don't sum up the whole thing. When I hear the power of love, I think about endurance and conquering obstacles and the good and the bad, ups and downs.
Okay.
That word was the same word that I had in mind, endurance, when I thought about the power of love.
Wow.
A whole lot of endurance.
From whom?
Lot?
From whom?
We'll divulge the information a little later. But since you want, since you're going to disclose part of it now, why not tell us if you think you guys had the power of love in your relationship?
When I look at my relationship, when I look at myself and my character, we had to have the power of love for us to be together this long. Because I can't love myself sometimes. So just imagine if you make somebody love me.
I could attest to that. Just being his friend was a whole lot. Yeah, a true friend.
That's right.
Man,
Thank you, Bill.
hats off to you, Alex.
All right, then. So we're gonna get a little deeper. Tell us a little of that enduring process. How long was the endurance? Because I think when Eladian and his wife were here, they said 3 years. Was it 3?
Yeah.
3 years of long distance.
Oh, 3 years. You were what? 2017, 18, 19.
You come into the
5 years.
21,
5
22.
years or 6.
6 years. Yes, for 6 years we've been separated. I went to study in Costa Rica in 2017, and then just as I'm about to come back, my girl got the opportunity to go and study in Taiwan. So I was 4 years and she was 2 years. So that was 6 years we were apart. But thank God for technology, because man, if I never cause a technology, man, I really need some real power then. So divine power.
Divine intervention, I believe that would be. Man, and how how was it like? I know that the first year you'll be like, okay, I can handle this.
You know, to be honest, when I was leaving to go to Costa Rica, I honestly didn't thought that our relationship would last. Because when you look at the track record, most couples that are together, when they get the opportunity to leave the country and one go to study and the other one remains, 9 out of 10 times I would see the relationship end. So when I went to Costa Rica, I went with that in mind. Wow. And then after the first couple of months, we were still together, and then the first year we are still together. But the thing that helped was, like, she always tell me that I may always the hoe. Because we did quadrimester, right? So every 3 months, you get a week and a half break. So once I get that week and a half break, I come back home. So we were apart, but we were still together. Like, we got to see each other like 1 or 2 weeks, and then I would return. So that helped. And then after, when I went into my second year and we were still together, I'm like, all right, this day your wife know then. Because she hold on to you for so long. She stay up with me for translate notes. Because y'all know I couldn't speak not one word of Spanish. So I would sit in class, take pictures of all the slides, and then when I reach home, I would send my girlfriend half of the amount and I keep half. And then thank God for Google Translate all my notes, and she would sit up with me and translate my notes so I could have studied and understand what was taught in the day.
I think the years in Costa Rica were a little easier for him to come home. Yeah. But my 2 years in Taiwan were difficult because of the pandemic. I couldn't come home for that entire time, and he couldn't go to visit. So
too much money, guys.
Yes, it's very expensive.
I'm not there.
Yes, the last the years that I spent in Taiwan were the most difficult.
Yeah.
Man. And so what did you guys do different? When she was in Taiwan, since you couldn't see each other?
We got used to a routine because remember, I was in my final year when she went to Taiwan, so we would have the time differences that when it's night for me, it's morning for her, so we would chat around 10 to like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the night, and then that's morning for her. And then afterwards, early morning, we would chat around 8, 9 in the morning, and then that's evening for her. And thank God for FaceTime. I would just have my phone beside my laptop like this, and I would be there working, and she would just be on her phone watching me work, staying up with me. So we really kept each other company a lot.
Wow.
Through FaceTime.
Yes, quality time. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a very interesting long distance story because when the Robinsons were here, they said that they were writing via mail. You think you may survive that?
Calm down. Y'all know me, I don't even like text. So right. But I said bye-bye.
Like literally sitting around a table and using your brain to
write.
Yes.
And for all the misspellings.
That's right.
And then you have to go mail it, and then you have to wait while a month or change before you get back one.
The adrenaline rush, no?
Right.
You can't wait to get a text and then you have all your red receipts. So you know when it comes, but man, to wait. No.
The pain in my heart.
Yeah.
So then question, was there ever a point, and I asked Alex first, where you thought that things look kind of shaky and I don't know that this might work out?
Someone just asked me that question last week.
Excellent.
The answer is no for me personally, no. Honestly, when Leslie decided that he wanted to go to Costa Rica, that was very difficult for me because we never really discussed that prior. So that was the most difficult part for me. I had to pray that the day he left to go to Costa Rica that he would have my full support because I was like, I don't know about this. But Yeah. After that, I was completely supportive and never felt
it's the lack of communication for me over there.
See, no, you're in the hot seat. I come out to that now.
When you get the call, you have to answer.
You have to at least...
Here am I, Lord. Literally send me.
But you realize when Samuel got that call in Ghana, Eli for tell her I get a call? Okay.
I spoke to Eli. I said, Ma, how we finance the look? I said, Ma, how we finance the look if I go study? No, but it's true because we were already planning to get married in 2017, and then I remember I always wanted to be a pastor. That is the truth. From a little boy, I always wanted to be a pastor, but then I always wanted to be bad too. You know, that conflict. All of we face the conflict. So yeah, and then so when my girl met me,
you could say a wife now, you know.
My wife. No, but she always be my girl.
Okay.
She'll always be my girl.
Okay.
But yeah, when she met me, my faith wasn't the strongest in the church. Now, keep in mind, the first place I took her was I invited her to go with me to church. So like that is one of my strategy because yes, you might see me being bad, but I always kept that relationship with God because I knew that I always wanted God to be in my life at all times. So I wanted her to see the different side of me that yes, you see the Lee Klung, the party one and this, but hey, they have this side of me. And then I just would mention that sometimes I don't want to study to be a lead pastor, no, but enough for me. And I remember in 2017, I just said, you know what? I'm going to go do it. I didn't even speak to her. I just spoke to my mom, check what the finance would be if the family would be able to afford it. And my mom was, son, you go. God will provide and I'll do my best. So when I told my girl that I will go study, that I'm going to go study, I was already beginning to follow my application.
Okay, so really if she will tell you no, it may tell it.
Yeah, you
know.
no choice, but get on the train.
No choice, Alex.
So in reality, that like I said, the only time I thought that our relationship would not last was in my first year in Costa Rica. And after that, I know, you know what, this is my wife, Sailor.
And I just want to mention that I met Leslie and we decided that we would be in a relationship. He made it clear that we wouldn't live together, shack up, anything like that without getting married. So that was major for him. And for me, it was if we're not finished with school, if we don't have our degree, then it's not happening. So that's why we take so long.
Yeah, because, well, I think we just go. we got stories.
So you need a part 2. I don't know. So, question then, Alex. I know Leslie said just now that he always had the desire to be a pastor. Did you see yourself being a pastor's wife?
Never thought that I would be a pastor's wife.
I would believe that's because of how he used to be. Like,
yes.
You know, the really bad side.
Yeah.
And we were friends before, so even meeting him that way, like I never.
Oh, that not happened.
I never see it either. I never really see it.
Yeah.
Somebody says here online.
Oh yes, I forget with the street.
James Marion Escobar. He said, "Wow, love story come alive. Blessings."
Oh, that's my aunt.
Oh, it's your
aunt.
Hey,
auntie, love you.
Guys, go tell your friend that we're here and that we are talking about love. And young people like you about love, so just go tell them to share the link, you know, because we are up here. So let's go now to the Bible character that you guys see yourself, your love represented, you know?
Okay. First one I would say is Jacob and Rachel.
Okay.
Was it Rachel? Yes, it's Rachel. Jacob and Rachel, in terms of the years that it took Jacob to marry his wife, it should have been 7, but it ended up being 14. In my case, we should have been married at our what? Like at our 5th, 6th year, but it ended up being what? 9, 10 years before we got married. A whole decade. So, so that's the first one. And then the second one is Isaac. Because it was his father that chose, well, his father used his servant to choose the wife, but it was technically his father choosing the wife for Isaac and Abraham choosing the wife for Isaac. And with my wife, it was the same because remember, she met me in my bad years. So in those bad years, when I saw Alexandria, I wasn't thinking about wife. I wanted a girlfriend. Yes, and then I remember I took her home, and then my dad and my mom, they grill on. We have just friends. And they grill hard. You know that summer afternoon lunch from the table. They grill up on that. And then after that, my dad got her number, and then he would tell her that she can come anytime she want. My dad would call her. They two would speak for a time. And then I remember I told her, I don't want you to go to my house now. At the time we met at the library, and I was like, I don't want you to go to my house this week. I said, yeah, but don't tell me I could come. Come. And then after that, my father sat me down and he told me, he said, son, you have a good girl. Number one, you can't bring no next girl home now. You have a good girl. And I said, a lot of men, when they're looking for a wife, it's someone like this that they want. They say, you have her in your young age where you can grow together. It says, so hold on and cherish her. Because in those early years, I wasn't thinking about a wife. I just wanted a happy time. Yeah. So that's the two characters that would come to my mind.
That we chose, yes.
Yeah.
Wow. That had me a deep cut list. Wow.
Right? The hipper had to make. Grab him by feet, he shut us and listen.
Get it
he done
together.
right here.
Right.
He stopped right here. Like literally right here.
Yeah, yeah.
This is why it's important to have that the instructions of our parents to guide us, because we see how important it was. Imagine if you didn't have that instruction from your parents to guide you, you would have probably, I don't know, still
Keep following the eye. Keep following the eye.
like a pastor, and them hard with say, eyeball problem. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's very good to have and even if we don't have that instruction of our parents, we have people out there that are our mentors that can be able to mentor you into the direction that you should go. Because one thing we don't want to do is to end up with the wrong one.
Yeah.
Like it was last week we were talking about being married but not married. What was it that
That
we
was
said?
the first episode of the series, the unmarried married people.
The unmarried married people.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
People that are married but not married.
Yeah.
Living together,
They
just
have the legal work done,
the legal
but not
word of
the
it.
marital
And so
stuff.
this is why we need to be able to have that strong community behind us.
Yeah.
Because I could remember scolding you as well for the same thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
so
most of y'all don't know. Aislinn is my BFF from a long time. From when we met Marga.
Wow,
Every so often, Aislinn would send me pictures. And we way back in our 2010, 2009.
I'll put up one here. Leslie, that the long.
What happened?
But yes, I remember scolding Leslie about it as well. So he got it from his dad, he got it from his mom. Patrice and Ome as well.
Yeah.
And he got it from everybody.
My sister, they have their own family chat that I'm not in.
Wow.
She the sister, and before we got married, my sister told me to accept my older sister. She said, "Lucky, which other girl you get? Alexa always be her sister, so we don't care what you say."
So like this we're destined to happen, Les.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
Like, I mean, you see,
Thank God I never fumbled the bag.
and then it just get harder and harder now for even date somebody because the way how people the roam and they move recklessly, it's so difficult, and I can attest to it because we're not going there, but
wasted days.
Anyway,
but that's true. That's true. When you look at how society is now, you can see that the shift of everybody just want a good time and keep rolling. First, it was always the men that only the men want to have a good time and keep rolling. But now you can see now that a lot of our female in society, they have adopted that same mentality.
Because girls is players too. They just sang that on TikTok. I can't.
I know that TikTok. I think
there was a TikTok the other day where I mean there's these lot of reference from TikTok, but they're there. These girls saying, how about telling like a bunch of other girls, how about we try doing giving the men the same dose of their medicine, and then a guy did a what you call it thing. He reacted to the video, and then his reaction to the video was like, if you give us a dose of our medicine, all we will do is to enjoy ourselves getting the dose of our medicine, and then you're gonna hurt yourself, because really and truly we're the ones that men, okay, let's do it like this. Men have sex to fall in love. Women have to be in love in order to give out a part of them. And so imagine you just trying to be free about it. You're going to wreck yourself and your emotions by just trying to do something as such.
Two can't play that game.
Right.
Two cannot play that game.
Yeah.
But it's getting heartless.
Yeah, it is. And I think that's, the whole plan of the devil, because, we've been hearing a lot these days that the devil's plan is to destroy the marriage and the family, because that's, the foundation of society.
Right. Yeah.
So it is true that a lot of shacking ups, they happen, a lot of one-night stands is more prevalent than years past. I mean, in a younger year. I mean,
I try to call me old.
I did not say that, but like they always say, chivalry is dead, but dating seems to be dying as well.
Yeah.
Because people are no longer experiencing falling in love. They're experiencing, okay, how quick we could get this over with, because somebody else do wait for 9 o'clock appointment, and it's very sad, unfortunately.
Yeah. So I'm glad I chose the right one at a young age. And that's why it's important to have, like Aislinn mentioned, mentors, because that 19-year-old boy that met her is not the same one. I'm not the same person at 29. When you're in a teenage years, you're not thinking about the future, you're thinking about now. Mm-hmm. And when you have mentors and older people to guide you along and to tell you, hey, this and this and this is the path that you can take that will make your journey in life easier, you listen to them.
Psychologically talking, everybody's this part of their brain, the frontal lobe develops fully, and this is where your understanding, your thinking logically, and all of that, it fully develops at age 27. So your brain is not fully developed as such until 27.
Okay, so I have a few more years.
Imagine you making, so people getting married before 27.
Wait, I'm 29? Is this all I have?
You have to understand too, you just have to leave extra from the 27, you have to young yet. So you have to give it to Ali more time to receive all the knowledge, and this is where your good part of the knowledge, and you get that from, and the reading and whatever. But imagine getting married before that time.
Yeah.
You see why these younger people that got married before that time, you see where there's a
Yeah.
moment.
And sometimes I'm glad for the 10 years span that we had, because we got to grow together, really grow together. We got to mature together, and I got to see a different side of her, because as you grow together, some things that we used to like being younger, as you get older, that's not who she is no more, and then I need to change and adapt. So I really married my best friend. And I think a lot of people are married, but they don't know who they're married to. They just get married.
Yeah, they're unmarried people.
They don't know the person.
Yeah. And it takes really actually a lifetime, because I know after that 10 years, you're still learning new things about each other as you're going along the way, because now you're learning each other together. Yeah. Because first you used to go home, he used to go home, but now you have to go home together at the same spot.
And you can't run.
When I say kiss me, baby.
You can't run away.
Right, so now you're learning each other at this juncture where you have to where you unite and actually go home together. So you have to learn each other, know what she likes to do when she's sleeping, if she like the bigger side of the bed, or if she like all the
A big spoon or a small spoon.
We won't go there, guys.
If she want the AC and the fan, or just the AC or just the fan. I mean, you see, you have to learn all these little things that will, sometimes it creates a little friction. So then you have to learn each other through those moments. So it's
like
more
being late.
Like what?
Being late, that is.
Wow,
thing.
Leslie.
He don't like being late. He does not like being late, and I
had a really bad time like that.
When he's not on time, he's not early bird. Literally, he wants us here at 5 o'clock, and the thing is at 6.
Yes, because what if like something happened? I have to put all of it.
I fully understand. Yeah. But it's like what the Robinsons said when they were here. Marriage is not one and done. It's a lifetime university that you never graduate from.
Yeah.
In fact, the degree is the marital certificate, and then you just have to work the years afterwards to keep it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
But let's take a pin there as we go for our break. And we'll be back in just a few.
We're fine. It's been crazy lately, though. Last week, this tornado just crashed through my entire neighborhood. Everything went dark. We had, no electricity, nothing. All of my classes are online, and that's why it's really difficult to keep up with everything. But, I think God calls me in the midst of all of this chaos and noise and, I don't know, everything. But he doesn't compete for just my attention. He competes for my heart. That's why I need to spend time with him in the quiet. And it's so interesting to me that even though I'm with him in just those quiet moments, experiencing him is not quiet. It's so much more, much greater and fulfilling. And that's the fascinating thing. His power is not just bound to those quiet moments, but they give me the trust and strength that I need every day.
Hi, I'm Pastor Emiliano Viamel.
And I'm Elder Shane Neal.
And we're the hosts of Hour of Power.
We are ready to pray for you and with you.
Prayer is the key that unlocks heaven's door. In Philippians 4, 6, and 7, God cautions us not to be anxious about anything.
Instead, in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus.
Join us every Thursday night at 6 p.m. on our Facebook and YouTube pages, as well as Channel 98 on Central Cable TV, to experience this peace that passeth all understanding. You can join our global prayer family by praying that God continues to lead and bless this ministry.
By becoming a faithful viewer and inviting your friends and family to like and share our programs.
With your kind donations as well as your generous financial contributions.
Contact us at 501-613-9351.
Or send us an email at atn@cbn.belizeunion.org.
We are located at 10 3/4 miles Northern Highway at the Tubal Trade and Vocational Institute. Thank you for being a part of the ATN ministry.
And we pray God's richest blessings upon you and your family.
And just like that, we're back from a very short break. I'm thinking, you know, I said it a few weeks ago that we're going to cut down the breaks. Next time it's going to be 15 seconds, I promise.
Don't push it.
Don't push it? Oh, man. I have a question here then for you both. I know you mentioned that 2017 was your ideal year. That's when you all decided, you know, make a lock this down before you get too out of control. Do you think, looking back on the period you had to wait, because you got married last year, correct? Do you think you're ready in 2017? Truly ready?
No, because...
Wow, they said it together.
I remember I met my girl in UB. And we were in Sociology 101 class. I remember that.
He only got me in that class. He only got me in that class because Alex made it in there. Because he tell me that.
But then, I met her in that class, and then we were going to school together, and then I stopped school. I just stopped. But we remained friends. I just get tired of school. I was like, I go work. Because, hey, UB was fun. But not for school. So I stopped school, and then I went to work, and then we remained friends, and then when we got in a relationship, my girlfriend told me that she values education. That yes, I was working in my dad's carpentry shop, and yes, I can do this, and this, but she values a piece of paper, that you need to get a piece of paper. So in 2017, I didn't have my piece of paper. So I thought, you know what? I need to go and work, because as a man, you need to provide for your family. Yeah. And then I looked into the future. I love doing cabinet work, but do I want to be working hard all my life, like hard labor all my life? And then I was like, no. So I decided I needed to go and study so I can provide for my family the way I should.
Okay.
So I weren't ready.
Alex?
I say no, because I think at that time we were younger. I think it was more of focusing on a wedding and not thinking about a marriage.
Yeah.
Because we were so young and he's the only son, I'm the only girl. So the excitement of planning a wedding and the dress and all of that, it was more, I think that was more the focus, well, my focus thinking about those things instead of a marriage. But now that we're older, more mature, we've had different experiences, it has helped us to be better prepared and ready for marriage.
Because you all know the truth, we're Adventists, we're old Adventists, we're generational Adventists. So no, one thing Adventists like don't have married people. So you know, after they together at least 2-3 years, so when are they wedding? When do they get married? When do they get married? So then even that felt like we were doing it to please others, like, you know, I need to get married. Everybody will keep asking me when we'll get married. So okay, let's get married 2017. But were we ready? No.
Sorry. Also, I think a lot of people when they hear that they say that I waited. I don't feel like I waited or I missed out on something. We, like I said, Leslie wanted the piece of paper marriage and I value education. So we had to finish school and do all of that before getting married. So I don't feel like, oh, I waited so long. I feel like this was us preparing for marriage, for our future, to have a better life. So
I believe, because if you guys would have gotten married at that point in time just for the paper and him not having his part of the paper, I think this conversation up here would have been something different.
Very different.
Yeah.
I mean, the relationship would have been completely different because you would have not been satisfied. Because as much as you value having that education paper and him the other paper, and there's no in between to where it, you know, there's no compromise, then the relationship may start and finish just like how it start and finish.
Would have been one of those married and what? Married and you're not married?
Unmarried married people.
Right. Yeah. I have to ask a question though, because you guys said that you were together for 10 years. At what point how did the proposal came about?
That trouble she wants to start? No, that's trouble. Gotta be a new talent.
Can you make a proposal?
Guys, I did not propose.
See, what had happened was...
Yes, but I have a good excuse. My wife.
No, girl.
My wife. She don't know how to react to when I'm being serious and loving and nice. So if I would ever fall on my knees with a ring, she'd play, man. Get up. And then I like get vexed easy. And then I will get vexed, so we are broke up right there. Cause I don't propose to you and you tell me, no, I think we are work things out after that. So I tell her, I say, babe, we didn't get married. And when you proposed to me, I proposed to you after we married.
And you did so?
Not yet.
Wow, let's say.
Yeah, so, no, but it was just like a mutual, to be honest, she wanted a proposal, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, but we talk, we discuss dates, like, you sure you want to get married? And we used to ask, babe, you sure not just to say you want to get married because everybody want to get married and I want to get married, and do you really want to get married? So, like, when we came back, all the while in Costa Rica, we spoke about marriage and everything. And when she came back, because she came back October last year, we got married in December. And many people feel like, oh, they were rushing to get married. No, it was a well-planned that, hey,
after 10 years of
After
talking,
that I have my paper, she have her paper now. Now I have a job. Because that was also a big part, because I told her back in 2017, I don't want to get married and then I still have to deliver for my ma, and she still have to deliver for her ma. Now, keep in mind, we still deliver for our parents. Because when you go home, you go grocery shopping. You go here and I come more like, okay, I could carry this, I could carry this, I could carry this. But you know what I mean, that we can sustain ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
No, make my abs work out just now. Banala. You think we should do it now? The little video that we have?
I mean, we could. We could. It's about that time.
It's about that time.
In a minute.
Yeah, okay, so a couple weeks ago, if you guys remember, we did a little challenge with for Valentine's Day. Not using the Valentine word. See something.
Be my boo thing.
Right, be my boo thing. And so
can we put it on the screen?
We have a video that we selected.
Without her trying, she's so beautiful, and I tell her every day. Yeah, I know, when I compliment her, she won't believe me, and it's so sad to think that she don't see what I see. But every time she asks me, do I look okay, I say, when I see your
and it's the editing for me. Well done. That video was submitted by none other than Jonathan Tun, asking his girlfriend, Miss Giles Spencer, to be his boo thing. So, big congratulations, you both. Would you like to tell them?
Well, you guys just won yourself a dinner for two.
Okay.
You can tell me where you want to have that dinner. Tell us where you want that dinner for two, and we will make that arrangement for you all, right? And this is just a little bit of what is coming up on our show, because we have more stuff coming,
things coming.
So we have to work on that. So you guys should be able to. That's why I don't have to tell a friend, because miss out on what's happening up here.
I promise you, you don't want to miss out. Fear of missing out is a real thing. It's a real phobia.
Right.
So we thank all of those who participated, and maybe next time you might be the lucky winner. I don't know.
I said every day next time. We got this. Free food. We got this.
I mean, why not? Why don't want to eat free food?
All right.
Why not? But this is just a part. This is just something that we were doing for this love season. Love season, and so we asked young people to send in videos about. Well, we had the criteria and everything, and instead of using "Would you be my Valentine's" like everybody would say, we
make it a little more spicy.
Yes, spicy. Be my boo thing. No, he know what done.
I mean, if you all would like, you could still submit your video just for next week.
I mean, yeah.
You could edit on.
Well, are you the asker?
Yeah.
Well, considering he never proposed.
Stop, guys. We'll not do that. Carry on.
No, perfect time to do it.
Timing. And you'll have it on video. What do you think?
And I mean national.
Maybe I could do it right now. We want to take you serious.
No, let's go.
You
How about she proposed to me?
Let's do that. Know how that works.
Let's do that. How that work?
I can't
2020.
I can't keep defending you
Me
if
no
you
care.
answer
No, sir. I not allow you.
I can't keep defending you if you answer things like this. No party.
Me no me get excitement to the show if you me got down to your knees, you know. And so you me and then say any nice words.
Hey, but I did, you know.
Okay, tell me then. Tell me what you do.
Like in 2016 or 17. No, it was 2018 when I came home because I took a long sabbatical. So I was home for almost 3/4 of the year. I went to her work and I got an apple and I wrote, "Would you marry me?" I called her to come outside and she came out and I gave her the apple. She still has the apple in the freezer.
Well,
so I did propose.
You say I think she wants the knee. I think that the knee friend.
I hold on to the apple, you know, Ali, hope of something better to come. But
friend, go there.
Don't worry about the pain, baby. That's what they have been getting. That's what they have been getting. She wants to play a trick, you know, the drama.
Alexa say how hard with the negotiator for you.
Hey guys, but I'm telling you this, like when I look at my other friends that I graduated with, most of them are married now, and you should see they go above and beyond for their proposal.
Could it be you, huh?
Babe, you know we not romantic. We not romantic. That one thing, we not romantic.
Straight business.
we
That don't mean that you don't like it or don't want it.
No, because listen, Leslie, the proposal is a part of her love language, and you have to love her, and hers, not yours.
You say, right?
Too deep, yeah.
You say, friend, you say how she wanted you to make sure that you have that paper, and you wanted her to have that other part as well. I guess it's the part of the process. And it's a part of the process that she is in look for. Yes, it done married, but I think she still wants the process.
2024, I got you, babe.
Wow!
I got you.
It's the suspense, the drama of suspense for me.
I guess Alexa one day see he get on the floor and get on your knees and say, "Babe, you married me again."
So that means we have to call in about 2024. For get updates.
What update? Yes.
Okay.
So we have to get we have to wait a whole year. A whole year.
Good wait though. Good wait.
Wow.
It's February 21st.
Please put it in the calendar. Somebody back.
February 21st.
All right.
Okay.
So our topic this evening was the power of love, and we're getting very close to that magic time. Very close to that magic time. Wow, Sydney, I just get the notification. 10 minutes left. Love is such a powerful thing, So, one more question I have here. This one is a deep one. You ready for it?
Ask she first.
Ask she first?
Yes. I got it.
All right. God says we're supposed to, when you're looking for a partner, they should love you like how he loves us. Right? Do you see, or let me put it this way then, was God an important part of that dating stage for you? Like, did you all seek him for each other? And maybe God are like, you sure you really want this one?
Yeah. Hey.
Because look. Right. So, was he,
Yeah. God was a very, very vital part of our relationship. One of the reasons I dated her was because she was not a Seventh-day Adventist. She don't know what Methodist, Anglican.
Not you forgetting.
Yes. I know you said that. She was an Anglican, and she would go to church by herself. And when she would go to church, she would tell me, I can't call her, I can't text her for me to wait because she's going to church. And when she goes to church, She goes to serve God, and then when she come back, so I was like, hey, this one that at least send me Adventist, I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Then, so that's why I invited her.
That's an example for you, huh?
Yes. So I invited her to church, and then she would be willing to come. And I remember her first Sabbath, she when we picked her up from the terminal, she got in the vehicle and she had her earrings, and I like, we don't use earrings at my church, you know. And she said, okay. And she just took them out. She didn't say nothing. She just took them out and she placed them in the bag. And then when we would go home in the afternoon times, my dad and her would sit and they would discuss Bible for long and long. I didn't even know when she was getting baptized. I remember a Sabbath I went to church, but my dad had already called Pastor Collins.
You never even.
I didn't even.
You've been there for a week home.
No, he made it.
Oh, you been there?
Yes, and then my dad called Pastor Collins. They said, and when we were there, they had the pool full, and then she went to the back, and when I look, I see her walking down the aisles in her baptismal gown. I almost wanted to cry, but you know.
You have to keep it cool.
So yes, God has always been a vital part of our relationship.
Yes, I agree.
And my mom, my friend text me excited. Can you get baptized?
Oh man.
Yeah.
He said, friend, you know Alex to get baptized?
Wow.
Well, I think only God could get us to this point. I know a lot of people ask me how I deal with Leslie, but the thing is that we were friends before, and throughout we've managed to remain as friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, like, if you would notice, he more talkative and I more quiet. I just let him do his thing, I know.
Yeah.
Try
Until
to change him.
touch me.
All right.
So that's
very politely.
Yes, I know when to stop, God. When to get all right, man, you need to stop now. Because you see, I don't like fight, but she kind of love it. Because when she get there, she don't know if to stop.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Not Leslie putting it out there for you.
She go all malice, me, God. We quarrel now, I'm having me happy. She, what?
Okay, I have, or for last final words, I want you guys to say something to our young people. I know that you guys just recently got married, so we'll not have that long moment to say, okay, I have words for marriage to express, but still, you guys have a long-lasting relationship. So what would you encourage your young people, the young people that are looking to get married or are already married and they're just fresh in marriage? What words would you say to them?
I would tell them, find somebody that loves God first. Somebody that loves God, because when they love God, then you will receive the blessing that comes from their love for God, because there's certain things that they will not do. And then marriage nor dating is easy. You will have your ups and downs. You will fight. There are days when you're going to feel like this is it. I remember, final word still. I remember one time we really got in an argument and she told me this is it, that we done. Wow. Next day that I do, we got back and I told her, I said, babe, one thing I tell her, this will be the first and last time you have broke up with me. When I do wrong, you get vexed with me, you fight with me, you know what, talk to me today, tomorrow, but I know later, we are broke up. Broke up, and get back together. We cover disagreements, we work it out, and we keep going along. So yeah.
I would say that, well, I agree that relationships aren't easy, whether you're in the same country, the same district, in doing long distance. It's just making up your mind that you're committed to your relationship, committed to your partner. And when you're looking for a partner, I think it's very important to find somebody who is supportive. Because even when Leslie was getting ready to go to study, like, I wasn't on board, but I prayed and I wanted to be supportive. And in whatever he does, the support goes with wanting to see your partner become better. I think that it's also important that you find someone who is respectful. No matter what, if we argue, we still maintain a level of respect. And it comes with loving God and putting God first, that you could have those things and other positive aspects to your relationship.
That word endurance came right back in full summary. It is always lovely to watch love, watch love, because it gives you an idea of things that you would like and things that you won't like, and it helps you to develop your own sense of identity in wanting a relationship or having a relationship. And so I am not married, but what I would say to the young people is wait as long as you can. I mean, just the gift of singleness is still beautiful. I mean, sometimes you might become very weary of waiting, and I'm talking to myself, weary of waiting, but don't settle. That's the word, don't settle. Because if you settle, you will be those married couples that you wouldn't want to have or to have in your pocket. Yeah. Because one thing you want in this life is to have a partner that you can walk through this rugged and rough life with. One that you can help make these decisions and to help you through and to be your companion when there's sadness and when you need that encouragement, right? So that will be my words to the young people.
From my very limited experience, I can't really offer you much, but I can tell you what I've been doing, and that is waiting on the Lord. That is something very important because, like we always throw around the unmarried people, it's more often than not a result of not waiting patiently and waiting hopefully and trying to assist God. I'd be like, God, that this one? All right, make I try out this one, and then bam, heartbreak. Yeah. So wait on the Lord. Never feel like, the years are racking up because you might be getting old now. But think about growing old with the person you're meant to be with. Amen. That's the years that really count.
When you said that just now, the first thing came to my mind was getting old with the person. Imagine getting old before, because you're in an unsettling relationship.
Right.
So, because, I've been seeing some people my age that I graduated with that look like they live 10 life more than me. And so, I just wait. Wait is the word. Use the power of love from God to endure the wait. And the finish line will be beautiful, Yeah. The finish line will, look at Alex and Pastor Bevans. Look at them, 10 years. Yeah. And God has blessed them tremendously. And we hope that God continue to bless your union and He be the extra cord, the three cord that wrap you two around, that will never be broken. Amen. Because we know that the enemy is like a roaring lion, and marriages is the first thing, the first union that he's trying to attack. So pray that God continue to bless you guys in this marriage life.
Right.
I want to pray for the single people.
Yes,
so that
we need some prayers too. We need some too. We have a comment here, and it's very timely, Adrian. I must commend you on your timing. It says, I love you. How special are those words between two young people, but even more wonderful they become when spoken to us by our Savior, who wants us to be happy and find joy in our relationships with each other. Letters to young lovers. God wants us to be happy and find joy in our relationships. Yeah. Quite well said. With that, we thank you too for being here with us this evening, and we thank our viewers for watching and for commenting and for sharing, and we'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place.
Bye-bye.
As a non-profit organization, the Adventist Television Network solely relies on your financial support. By partnering with us through a monthly donation, you will help us to continue to fulfill the mission in taking the gospel into all the world. For more information, please call 613-9351 or email us at atnfin@cbm.belizeunion.org. Thank you for your prayers and support of the ATN ministry, and together we may hasten the soon coming of our Lord Jesus Christ.